Yo, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you how I sample and program my drums in the PO-33 KO. It's pretty basic. I use a site called rileyshaw.com to load the drum sounds in, and then later when you could see here the screen, you could fill it in with bass drums, snares, hi-hats, open hi-hats, whatever, cymbals, and just fill all these banks in, and then when you push play you sample it in the PO-33 and one time, and then later you could use all these samples in the individual pads. It doesn't really chop them up perfectly, so you need to tweak them after, but I'll show you how it works. Let's get started. Bass drum. So here I'm going to load a bass drum here, and I'm going to get to my let's go back here. This is my drum kit, Ace Butter drum kit. Here I got bass drums, hi-hats, snares, varieties, a different variety of things. We're gonna start with a bass drum. These drum sounds I got from different sample packs. I work real messy, so I don't really remember. I took my favorite ones. I got some from like a Marco Polo or a couple of Marco Polo drum packs. I use Ultimate Boom Bap. I think I have like a whole bunch of sounds from there, and some are even from break beats that I chopped myself. I do that in the DAW, by the way, but I don't know where these are all from out of my head, but they're from different sources. You can get drum sounds from anywhere, so I don't think that's really a big deal. I'll start with this here. I'll just put in a random bass drum. So here I loaded one here in the first bank, and I'll play it for you. So yeah, there you see what happens. I got a bass drum in there. I'll go to the next bass drum, which is below, and then I'll just add another one. So that's in there. Okay, so now we're gonna go to some snares, and I'll take a snare here. Let's see here. Got a snare here. I think these are some good sounds. And then when you press play, it plays them all. So I'm going to show you now how I sample these sounds. You could fill them all in, but I don't want to bore you with that type of shit the whole time. So yeah, you put it in here, and I'm going to be recording now these sounds into the PO-33. So yeah, now we're gonna sample the sounds, and you could hear already if I play them all. So this should all be going in the PO-33 now, and like I said, it probably won't chop exactly like this, so you have to do some tweaking and trimming yourself. But here, I'll show you how it works. Like I just told you, sample, and then we're going to sample in bank 13, and then we press play. So yeah, now we have the PO-33 KO in front of us again. I just sampled 16 individual drum hits. And a little tip when sampling to turn the volume up, not only in the computer, this time it was a computer that was the outgoing audio, but also in the PO-33 you have a general volume buttons you need to push. It's here, BPM, you push this, and this is 1 and this is 16. So 1 being the lowest volume, then 2, 3, 4, and it goes higher. Now I usually sample in 15. Not maximum. I don't think that's a good idea. I usually go to 15 when sampling, so that's a good thing to remember. So yeah, let's check out the sounds we sampled. If you push sound and 13, because that's where I sampled them in, you're in bank 13 now, and all these individual pads should be filled with drum sounds. Let's see how it chopped A lot of times it doesn't do what I want, but we'll see now what happens. So as you could hear, it didn't really do a perfect job. So that means you have to trim yourself, which can be a bit tedious, but the thing is you got a lot of drum sounds in there and you can keep these. Like I have a drum, I'll show you guys by the way what I mean. I have a drum kit here. It's on 12 and I use this I've used this for like 8 months now, the same kit, but I just changed the pitch and add some filter, and it's like there's like 5 snares there and a couple bass drums, so you know what I mean. You could do variations, and it's cool to have sort of like a signature sound. So this is my drum kit I usually use. This bass drum and this snare a lot of times, and I have this hi-hat, and you know you could change the pitch and then the snare, you know, so you can go on and on for eons with this. And yeah,